Hi, everyone. I am here today with Alicia, the wealth mentor, and welcome again. Thank you so much. Wanted to see if you like to share anything about how you guide your clients into, building their wealth in their life.
Yeah,
Any tips that you have?
yeah. Thanks for that, Coach L. What I like to remind people is that money is a tool, right? Money is a resource. Money is something there for us to use. Money in and of itself does not have any value. It's what we exchange for money that has value. Money in and of itself is not good or evil, right? It's the intent behind it or the person who's using it that's good or evil. But money in and of itself has no value. And money is also called currency, right? And I think money is called currency for a reason. It's because it's energy, and
Exactly.
it's right, it's energy and it flows on a continuum. I believe money flows from source, wherever your source is, and it flows to you. And as you provide value, I picture like the infinity circle, right? So as money, it's source over here and it's other people over here, and you're kind of at that middle juncture. So as money flows from source, it flows to you. You provide value to other people. You serve other people, and then money flows back to you, right? You
Yeah.
give it back to source to bless it. Be thankful for the universe or your God for that money. He gives you more of it, and you have more, and it's just a continuum, right? And I've determined that in all, the time that I work with people, that there are 10 different places that you can block the flow of money. I'm not going to cover all of them today, but right, because that's more time than
Different.
we have today. We can pick up a few more maybe next week. But the first place is the mind, right? We've
Yes.
probably heard that saying that your mind has to reach a destination before your life does, before any other part of you. Your mind has to get there. You have to be able to think it. And those are those limiting beliefs I believe we've talked about, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Right? That's where it starts. It's what do you really believe? What do you really believe about money? What do you believe about yourself? Right? Those types of things we have to deal with. And then the second one is your vision. What do you see? Right? Write the vision, make it plain. What do you see in your future? And that's what you can make happen. That's the goal that you have. It's what you can see, right? You have to be able to see it. And then,
Beautiful.
right, what do you hear? Who are you listening to? What kind of messages are you allowing to come in to your mind, right? What kind of people, right? They say you're like the average of the five people you hang out with. What them five people saying? What are they talking about? What y'all talking about, right?
Yeah. So,
Right?
Alicia, what you're saying, it reminds me a lot from a lot of stuff. This morning, I'm in a summit about money actually, and then she asked me about how do I work with my client about that, and I said, same thing that you're saying. It's just the relationship that you have with yourself and the money, and that limiting belief that if I'm worthy of making 500,000 a year or 20,000 a year. So that, those thoughts that if you say, okay, I'm going to make 100,000 a year, and if it's negative and so, oh, it's not going to ever happen. I mean, those thoughts that you have in your head kind of builds that space
Yep.
or build that steps for tomorrow and the next day and the next day to the end of the year. So as soon as those negative thoughts will come on,
Mhm.
there is a space that you can change that mindset.
That's right. That's right. And that's the key, right? You can change. We can't control what thoughts come, right? You can have like I literally have some crazy thoughts that come into my head sometime and I'm like,
We all do.
right? Like what you telling me to do? Where'd that come from? But then we have the decision as to whether or not we ruminate on that, right? Or we just say, nope, that's a lie. I'm not receiving that. and we replace it with something positive, right? And it has a lot to do with, that's the next one, what we say. What
Exactly.
our brain, when we say something, our brain hears it as if it's true. And you know, and if we say stuff like I'm not going to do that, our brain does not hear the not. Our brain hears I'm going to do that. So we even have to frame and change how we speak to just say I'm going to do this, I am this, I will be, right? Speaking in the positive, because that's then what gets locked in your brain. That's what you
Yeah.
hear. So that's
Yeah.
all the head, right? What you think, what you see, what you speak, and then what you hear from
Yeah.
external sources and from what your own mouth
I mean, two
says.
things we were talking about this morning was one of them was that with the people that if they're negative, don't really interact with them in that
Right.
space because that negative part of them kind of contributes to you. So
Yep.
you don't want to hear those negative thoughts,
Mhm.
not just because of you saying it, but other people are
Other people.
negative too. Yeah.
Yep. Because then that's
And the
your, that
other,
affects your energy, right?
yes, yes.
Their
Then
their
you get
energy is now coming into your energy. And it's what energy is gonna, be in charge. So a lot
exactly.
of it, right? Yeah. It's that
Yeah, and
it's
the other thing was
energy.
like when you walk going grocery shopping, as a who is that person who's walking into the store?
Hmm.
Think about it. Is that the person who makes $500,000 a year or $20,000? Imagine that goal that you have and
Right.
walk in that store that with that in mind, and seriously
Vision.
you will feel that energy different in your body. You walk differently, you
Hmm.
smile differently. So just being able to exercise that with
Right.
yourself and on a daily basis, every time that you go to that negative part, change it to this space of gratitude and being of financially free, and those the numbers that you desire to have in your life.
Right.
uh, if you change that, then the whole energy from you changes.
Yep.
And actually, I think you gravitate toward people who are in that
Mhm.
mindset, and you
Right.
interact with those kind of people. So it's
Mhm.
amazing how our energies are directing us.
Absolutely, right. And that flow, that's what helps that money
Exactly.
to flow, right? How you think, how you talk, who you hear, who you're around, who's in your energy, right? All of that. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's, when you get to this space of understanding all this stuff, your whole being changes.
Yeah.
It's like when people come to me and they want to have their life partner, they want to manifest their, the ideal life partner. Are you that ideal life partner for yourself? Do you really
Good.
give and talk and whatever your heart desires? Do you do the self-care? Do you do love yourself? So it's just those steps to get to this space of financially free, but you have to do all this work or the
Mhm.
steps basically,
Right.
which makes that interaction with yourself and money and people around you
People around
to
you.
be,
Yep.
yeah, to be in
Yeah.
that space. Yeah,
Because it's all intertwined, right? You can't really separate yourself from your money, from the inner, like it's all intertwined, from love, the relationships, people you want in your life. And I think I don't know if I've mentioned before, but yeah, that's my concept of wealth is the measure of the quality and the depth and the satisfaction you have in your relationships. And it's your relationship with your higher power, yourself, other people, and your money. And they're
exactly.
all intertwined, right? And typically how you show up in one, as they say, we've heard that before, right? Is how you show up in all of them. So
Yeah,
you can't, right? You can't divorce how you are with your higher power, with your other people, and your money, and how you are with yourself. They're all
to connect.
interconnected.
Yeah, and then the interesting part about this is that, like, I give myself as an example. I was successful always in business, but not in my relationship, because
Mm,
my mindset was specifically that I'm good at this and I'm not at this one.
Wow.
Yes. So now, as I'm
Amazing.
changed, as I've changed past, I don't know, 10 years.
Hmm.
So, so when one part of you is not, I guess, to that space of who you want to be,
Yep.
all the three aspects, we want it to be healthy, we want to have good relationship, and we want to have, financially free, manifesting money, easily. So these three can be done at the same time, step
Right.
by step. But a lot of people concentrate in one and not
Hmm.
the two. But
Yeah.
I believe that you can have it all.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just, as you said, they're all interconnected to each other. So
Hmm.
if I believe that I'm not worthy of a good relationship, I can be the same thing. I'm not worthy of having, bringing, that financial freedom to myself also.
Right. That's
Just the
good.
same thing.
My problem is, though, to be honest, I do concentrate on one, even though I know they're all interconnected. I'm like, okay, I'm going to concentrate on this month. I'm going to concentrate on my business this month. And then I'm going to concentrate on my relationships because I really have kind of put love on the back burner. And, when I talk to people, I'm like, oh, I have somebody I can meet. I'm like, nope, I got to get my business together first. I ain't thinking about no man. But they're not mutually exclusive, right? But I
Yeah, yeah.
am. I'm like, I'm so singularly focused. I'm like,
We're
nope,
gonna have a conversation about that, Alicia.
right. Okay. I need your help.
I mean, it comes from that self-love.
Yeah.
If you have that self-love for yourself, and then the self-care, and that energy goes out there, and you
Yeah.
meet people, even, I mean, truthfully, you can go meet that special someone at a small get together, going, buying your coffee. It's just that mindset that, okay, I'm going to meet my life partner easily. It's like you just said about the money part of it.
Right. But you know what? I don't leave the house. So that's a running joke we have is like if it's not the UPS driver or the Grubhub DoorDash guy, I don't know how I'm gonna meet him because I don't go anywhere. So I have to be intentional about it, right? I either have to get online or I have to go to these get-togethers. I'm new to Charlotte and I see all of these different events. I'm like, yeah, I could go there. Yeah, I might meet somebody by
Just
there.
to have
So
fun.
I'll think about it, but yeah.
Yeah, just intentionally go to have
Yeah.
fun, and then in that fun part, you meet someone that you have the same space of being.
Because I'm ready. I really am, but I just get like I don't. It's not a focus, right? It's not a focus right now. But I just need to, be open and let it in and be intentional. I think that's the word. I have to be intentional.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to
Open
be.
your heart. Open your heart. So
Thank
I
you.
don't know how we got to love, but that's okay. Connected to each other.
Because they're all intertwined, and Alicia ain't doing the love part. That's how we got on that subject.
Yes. So thank you everybody for listening to us. This was a fun one. And let us know if you have any questions. I have Alicia's contact information and the description so you can get in touch with her. Have any questions. Also, mine is also there. So anything that you need to ask us, be happy to. And Alicia, do you offer a 30-minute consultation complimentary for
Yes, I have a 20. Yes, mine's
20
20
minutes?
minutes. Yep.
Good. So 20 minutes with Alicia, ask her any questions, 30 minutes with me, ask me any questions, and we'll see you next week, next Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much for your time, Alicia. Have a great day.
Bye bye. You too.
Bye.